Hi there, welcome back. We're taking a little break from the Valentine's theme videos and we thought we'd bring you this one. Now we've recently reached 1,000 subscribers. Yay, can't believe it. So excited. So we thought we're going to make a couple of things for ourselves to use, which of course, why not? You could also have a go making and using these for yourselves. So we're going to make this lovely pot, and then we're also going to use this mould. Now this, there's about 4 bits to it, as you can see there. And it is a brush or pen holder mould. So it creates like a stand, and you can put brushes, pens, and there's a little, I don't know what you call it, like a little groove along the bottom of the rest for the brushes that shows where you can rest your mobile phone. So we're using J resin. I'm wearing my lovely pink nitrile gloves and the lovely ever so stylish blue protective sleeve holders, protector covers, which I found I now need to use. So make sure that whenever you're using resin, you are protecting yourself, you're following all the health guidelines, wearing your mask, respirator, well ventilated room and so on. We're going to mix in, because purple is one of the colours of our logo, lavendery purpley pinks. So we're going to go, we thought we'd step away from the pinks and go for this beautiful purplish bluish glitter. It's from the range. Everything that we are using today will be listed in the description box below. So here we go. Now this resin, I am new to using J resin, and I don't know if anybody else has found this, but it's really bubbly. Even I know I could have put it through our resiner's degassing, debubbling machine, but I'm a little bit impatient, so there we go. That's it. Look, I'm just showing you my lovely sleeve protectors. But this has been sped up. Obviously I don't stir things that quickly, but this is giving the kind of effect that I want. If you want it to have more of a dense purpley colour, add some more glitter. If you don't, obviously don't add as much. You can always add more, you can't take it away. So this is the lid of that beautiful faceted edged pot mould. I'm just putting a little bit into the lid there because it's got like a little it's not a turret, a little like lovely beautiful ornate handle to the top of the lid. So just gave it a little squidge there to make sure that we've got rid of any air bubbles that might be trapped in there, and then just topping it up. Now I was surprised at just how much the lid of this mould took. I only made up 200 mils of resin, thinking, that'd be fine. This took up, the lid of this mould took a good 75 millilitres of it. So at that point I thought, my gosh, I really hope I'm going to have enough to do the whole of the pot as well. Apologies, camera's not quite focusing there, but wow, look at that beautiful glitter. And yeah, it was at this point that my partner's Wayne said to me, I think you've got just a tad too much in there. So here I am, just using a little wooden spoon, a miniature wooden stirring spoon, just to remove a small amount of the resin. There we go. So quite happy with that, really happy with the glitter. It just looks beautiful. It's little bits of twinkles there. Going to just going to spray it, I think, because you can see some bubbles coming up to the surface around the edges there. Before I spray it with some isopropyl alcohol, I'm going to go just up and inside round the edges with a little micro brush. Sorry, my hand's in view of the camera there, almost blocking the shot. There we go. Obviously you use what you feel comfortable using. We find that these micro brushes are excellent for doing this job. And there we go. So just put that to one side. Quite happy with that. And there we go. That's just showing you the isopropyl alcohol. We've got ours in an atomizer spray bottle. So just gave it a couple of little sprays there and then put that to one side to cure. Now this is the base of the pot bit, not the lid. And just gave that resin with the glitter just a bit more of a stir there. Pouring it from the middle down, and it just finds its way, just goes across the top and then down the sides. Now at this point I looked and I thought, oh my goodness me, I've got nowhere near enough resin. Some large bubbles there escaping from the sides. It looks like, have you seen geysers and volcanoes? You know, when they're little, like, not the volcanoes, but you know the geysers that you can find in the natural world, and they do this and then they suddenly just shoot water up. Well, obviously this wasn't going to shoot resin up, but it did remind me of that anyway. But that's by the by. It's getting completely off topic there. So just decided to give it a little helping hand there, gave the sides of the pot a little bit of a squidge, because obviously the last thing we want is to find that we've then got air bubbles trapped, and when they cure they leave like little potholes, divots. There we go. So at this point, yep, definitely realised haven't got enough resin. So well, obviously what you can't see and what you can't hear me saying to Wayne, because I'm sat there with my mask on and he's got a mask on, and I'm just motioning to him, can you make me some more resin? So he did me another 100ml and mixed in some of the lovely glitter for me. There we go. So I'm just pouring that in now, and 100ml was way too much. I really only needed about 20ml, something like that, 20 millilitres. There we go, just pushing it to the edges, making sure that the base is completely covered, and obviously that we have enough down in it, in the sides and so on. It looks beautiful. Reminds me of some of the shades of amethyst that you can get, you know, the beautiful purples, lavenders, lilacs. So just going in just around the very top, underneath the rim of this mould with the micro brush. Again, just trying to dislodge any unwanted little bubbles. There we go. Sorry, my hand was completely in shot there. But you get the gist. You've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it before, and you've got your own way of dealing with these things. So this is the following day. You can leave it a couple of days, but it was cured enough for me to demold it. So I'm keeping my gloves on for this, because as I've said before in videos, I've got allergic reactions and so on my skin at the moment, so I'm just trying to protect myself. Although having seen that, it looks like they'd split at this point, but the resin is completely cured, so it's not going to harm me. There we go. That came away from there quite nicely. Now that's the base. There's a few little areas I need to go over, and just to file down a bit with a nail file, or you could use a piece of fine sanding paper. There we go. So I did that off camera, and this is now the pot part, the base of the pot. Just doing that there, just pushing that down. Now remember the twist and turn method. Once you've got it to this stage, twist and pull to remove that. Twist and pull, and it comes away nice and cleanly. And wow, it's really not, the camera's not doing this any justice, but the little bits of sparkle and so on in this with this glitter is beautiful. So just around the edge of the base of the mould there, I just showed you the emery board. I will go back and do that once it's completely cured, just to make sure it's nice and smooth and doesn't scratch any surfaces. Of course, you can always put the little plastic pads, see-through pads that you can buy on the bottom of this. I mean, if you wanted to put a cork base on it, you could also do that. I think we'll probably put the little pads on it. So there we are. The lid fits quite nicely. I think it looks stunning. Wouldn't look out of place on a crafter's table for you to put your little brushes in, or any other bits and pieces that you use. Would also look lovely on a dressing table, and also in a bathroom. So Wayne unfortunately couldn't find the footage where he had filmed, where he had poured the resin into the different parts of the brush holder moulds. So all we've got here, I'm afraid, from Wayne, this was his contribution, is him actually demoulding the 4 bits or sections of the brush holder mould. So there we are. So we've got a base, and we've got the top supporting shelf. You have 2 upright lengths there that you then put the top into the bottom. I mean, you can secure it all. You can secure it all in place with some super glue or E6000 glue, or you could use some clear UV resin if you wanted to. Whatever you feel happiest using. There we go. So he's just showing you this just purely for filming purposes. He's demoulding it, and those are the 4 little like nubby-like shaped feet that go on the base of the brush holder stand. Also, what you can see in the background there on the left is a teddy bear mould. So we had enough resin left over to make one of our lovely little faceted teddies. So here's more. He then took it apart, and when it had thoroughly cured, this is me now showing you it thoroughly cured. Sorry, yes, you are going to see some of my skin coming up, so a little bit of a warning there. There you go. And it's thoroughly cured. As you can see, the base, we've got the feet just stuck on the bottom there. Lovely. And then you can see a little groove going along the length or the width of the front of the base of that. That is where you would rest the bottom of a notebook, diary, or your mobile phone. So we've got the 4 little feet stuck to the base of this underneath. Now I'm just going to try and put, for the video, purposes of the video, going to try and put these support stands, or the upright supports for the top part of the brush or pen holder. So they just go in like that, and then this is the top part. So there you go, that goes in through the little holes, and then it's up to you how you're going to secure that. Now, Wayne's told me he's going to glue ours, so he's going to glue it. So this is me just putting a few little random brushes. I think those are actually nail art brushes, but we tend to use them for doing fine lines on acrylic. Fine lines using acrylic paint or resin. There we go. So it's just different types of brushes in. You can see the sort of size. There's a gap with these. You can use, I know that the fattest pen that will go in, I found, was a Sharpie pen. Anything that's rounder or fatter than a Sharpie pen, that's the Sharpie brand of pen, we found wouldn't go in. So unfortunately the silver chrome pen and the gold deco pen wouldn't fit. So here's a bit of a close-up here. There's the pot in the background in all its splendour. There's our selection of brushes, regular brushes, nail art brushes, and obviously the silicone tip brushes. And there you can see the mobile phone in the little groove at the front. It is, once it's all together and you've allowed it to glue and set firm, it is actually quite sturdy. I was surprised, but it is actually quite sturdy. So there we are. Look at all that lovely glitter in there. So that looks really good. So here's the final little bit of filming of it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said, this was a little step away from the Valentine's theme. Little treat to ourselves, saying congratulations, round of applause, pat on the back for again to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks everyone for liking, sharing and subscribing. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and I hope you enjoy our videos. Our next one is coming up on Wednesday next week. Don't forget to check out our playlists as well. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.